Azerbaijani carpets are part of the historical accomplishments of our nation and our national culture. Carpet weaving is one of the art fields that are as old as our history, and it's not limited to the boundaries of the country. This art has been spread to the world and turned into global value, international card and identification symbol of our nation. The start of the carpets that have become the representative of the beauty, taste, mythology and aesthetic worldview of the nation that took centuries to form is as vital as the study of the history of Azerbaijan. The Azerbaijani company that was established during the first years of our republic's independence has undertaken the responsibility of the challenging but honorable mission of studying, promoting and improving this national art on its shoulders. Here, the carpet weaving schools of Azerbaijan like Baku, Yerevan, Shirvan, Nakhchivan, Karabakh, Gazakh Borchaly, Tabriz, Guba, Ganja, their history, traditions, unique compositional ornamental structures and color solutions were involved in fundamental researches relevant to modern scientific standards. Culture and art don't know boundaries and don't accept prohibitions. Pieces stunning the world can turn into masterpieces and values of all mankind by going beyond the borders of the largest empires. Azerbaijani carpets are some of these valuable art masterpieces. The carpets and carpet products of Azerbaijani Carpet Gazakh Borchaly Group involved in the study today are the carriers of these boundless national, historical and cultural union. Carpets woven in Gazakh, Tovuz, Akstafa and Borchaly are the products of hands, thoughts and worldviews of the descendants emerging from the nest of one father. Like other districts of our Azerbaijan, Gazakh and Borchaly have been able to protect the socio-economic and cultural values linked to the blood memory, although they are separated by political borders.
Gazakh
Borchaly Group is a special group of Azerbaijani carpets that have very ancient history. That is to say, this group is different from other carpet groups for their certain characteristics.
17 I moved to this village at the age of 17 after I got married. I noticed that everyone here was weaving carpets. My mother-in-law used to weave 1-2 rugs and kilims a year. I wove together with her. I wove one for each of my children, my son and my daughter. We wove Yukuzu, Gochboynuzu, Deveboynu, Fermesh, Kilsele rug, Karabakh rug. We used to weave all kinds. Covering a large part of the historical northwestern Azerbaijan, Gazakh Borchaly, that plays the role of a bridge between the Caucasus and Anatolia, has an important geostrategic position. The territory of Borchaly province, surrounded by Yagluja plains from north, Bashkechit's Erjevan division from west, Babakar mountain range from south, is mostly mountainous. 1/3 is lowland. Gazakh region, which shoulders Borchaly in the northwest and borders Geyche and Gargoynlu Valley in the southwest, situated at the northern foothills of the Lesser Caucasus. The climate of the district, the territory of which consists of plains, is mild warm. In the language of young people, Gazakh's younger brother, Akstafa, is situated on the foothills of the Greater Caucasus. Due to its territory's aerographic structure, Tovuz district that is divided into areas covering the northern foothills of Jerinchel, Hunan and the Lesser Caucasus, is standing proudly at the western gate of our Azerbaijan. At every step in this district, we encounter the natural beauties endowed by the Almighty. High mountains with snowy peaks, big rivers, Tugay forests stretching along the Kura River, colorful floral plains,
red-legged rocks and fertile fields are the priceless blessings for the people of these lands. Rare plants protected in the Gazakh State Reservation, Eldar pine, are famous in the world. The population has given life to these lands, created different agricultural fields using suitable climate conditions and natural resources, and engaged in farming, cattle breeding, sheep breeding, wheat growing, vine growing, and gardening along centuries. Achievements in different fields of art like carpentry, dyeing, painting, and masonry were obtained because of natural resources. Taking advantage of the rich flora and fauna, national masters created different art pieces to deliver to the future generations.
O gəviyi qaynənəm, mən gələndə deydi ki, qaynənəmlə deydi, bana var, bir ay deydi, bu gəvərin üstə oturub toxumuşuq deydi.
My mother-in-law said that they wove that rug in a month. In 1957, my mother-in-law's name is written on it. This is called Kilseli rug. They used to go to the city where the wool was combed and bought dyes from there. There was a dyer called Zainab in the neighboring village. She came and dyed yarns. It was a tradition in the village. Everyone was weaving rugs. Everyone had their own loom. They used to weave saddle rug or dowry kilims to lay underfoot by beds. We wove khurjuns as well. Back then, when I was new, I would not talk or sing in my mother-in-law's presence, but they would hum while weaving kilims.
Danışmıyordum, indi mən onun yanında mahnı çağırmazdım. Amma onlar baxırdın gəvənin kilmin üstə gömüllənirlər.
The valuable art examples are not the earnings of present time only, but are the treasures to deliver the genetic code. Each pattern of Gazakh Borchaly carpets is a part of a saga, palette of senses, and the product of divine inspiration. These carpets are the products of an ancient culture and a rich national mentality. Hey Mom, you used to set up a loom with huru and weave carpets. How many days did it take you to weave one? 15 days. What kind of carpet did you weave? Üç kollu, 3 medallion. Have you woven the dowry carpets of your daughters? Yes. With whom? With huru? Both with huru and gulsanam, and with sakhi. I wove with everybody. I wove a lot. They had after far itburnu, dog rows in them. They were guyrum girls, medallions, who would lay 3 of them head to head. They were square atmajas, we wove them. We wove kilse rugs mostly, but also 3 medallion dragon rugs, göllü medallion rugs, ram kilims, derme khurjun, derme fermeş, derme kilims.
Derme parmaz, dermeli kilim, dermeden geveler hasat toxum. Hamısını toxumuşuq. Elə qozaldıq da gene toxuduk.
We wove everything ourselves. We even wove after we got old until our eyes were not able to see. We wove a lot. Blood memory and eye memory are placed at the top of the hardships of history. The carpet weavers who did not know the alphabet or how to write, who were not aware of the scientific and technical development and chemical and physical laws, were able to capture the pulse of the nature and wove carpets, kilims, palazes, and mefreshes as colorful as the nature itself. The weavers accurately identified the color shades, the technology of dyes, and their warmth or coolness using their eyes' estimation. They carpet the symbols and archetypes of the ancient Turkish culture on the carpets note by note without sketches. My mother set up a loom to weave a horse cover. So now wove one and I wove one. They set up small looms. We used to weave yaharis too, horse cover. Shepherds laid the khurjum over the back of horses. We wove socks, vests and jackets. We wove big fur meshes. Back then they were not beds. We loaded fur mesh with our blankets and mats. We had woods to put our blankets and mats on. We wove all can too.
Toxuyorduk, hörken de toxuyorduk. Böyle mal hörülürdük, hörük bağlıyorduk. Çatı hörürdük, buzoyu bağlamağa. Bak yerxanası kururduk. Ne toxunurduk o? Xurcun, ondan sonra farmaş. O yerxanasında toxunurdu. Hamısı dərmi olurdu. Bizim elə büyük xanalarımız yok idi.
We used to braid ropes to tie animals. We set up ground looms to weave khurjuns and fur meshes. We didn't have big looms. They were 2.5 meters long and 1.5 meters length. We wove ones like these rods. 2 kilos were used to warp, 2 kilos for weft, and 3 kilos for knots. We did not prefer our rugs very thick and therefore clipped them so they looked beautiful. The mother-in-law of my mother-in-law had been a good weaver and wove Lambeli Karabakh rugs and dragon rugs. We learned weaving from them. There was a type called dermekilim. We learned everything from them. The development of sheep breeding in all these regions, plants growing in this nature and colors obtained from those plants sped the development of the carpet weaving. All of the carpets woven here were woven using the ancient Turkish style Türkbaf.
Hamısı qədim Türkbaf üsulü ilə toxunmuşdur.
Carpets live interesting lives. They move from one place to another, protect us from cold and hot, decorate the walls and floors of places where events are held, and are given as blessing dowries to girls from their mothers. In these places at night, grandmothers gather young girls and daughters-in-law, lively grandchildren, and weave carpets under the hums of lullabies. They whisper the not stories as the memory stories of the people. Let's weave a little. Let's weave and then cut the rod. Are you weaving? Do you need yarn? Come on, we're with me. Are you getting up? Let's weave. Each of those knots is a fairy tale and a legend. There are dyes. We know how yarn is dyed. Black, red and yellow colors. Dyes are obtained from apples, chilik burun. Yarns are dyed using these colors. We came to Marneolan district, the real name of which is Sarvan. We talked with 116 weavers from 34 villages.
116 toxucu ilə söhbət elədik.
In Gazakh Borchaly province, people cherish carpets, calling them gebeb. They value them as the carriers of saint spirit and faith, and most of the time they hang them on the walls. The weaving of each carpet turns into a national holiday and an important event in these lands. Local people value carpets as a holiday and event of nature and link to them their desires and future. Grandmothers in Borchaly use the mystery of looms to identify their grandchild to be born will be a boy or a girl. Thus, a boy under 10 rides a wet stick instead of a horse and leaves the door of the house. The boy whispers the name of the woman expecting the child. If he encounters a man, then they believe it will be a boy. Or if he meets a woman, the child will be a girl. Elder grandmothers say that this belief always proves itself true. People in these hospitable lands devote special ceremonies and gatherings to the weaving of carpets. They say that one needs to be clean to visit a carpet loom that is created out of pureness. Your desire, wish and body should be clean.
As the master carpet weavers put it, looms like cleanliness. Otherwise, something unhappy could occur at the house and carpet weaving remain incomplete. If a loom is set up at a house, all the relatives and neighbors wait impatiently for when it will be completed, as if they were waiting for a wedding party or a holiday. It was because an animal would be sacrificed at a house and a big event would be held. I wove good rugs and carpets in the length of 3 meters. Then I wove prayer carpets and carpets for the front and back seats of cars. We wove fine zali to lay on the feet. I gave carpets to all my sons and daughters without discrimination. I have taken 1 rug and a kilim for being wrapped for myself. I have folded and put them aside. I told my daughter-in-law not to use them on the floor, so the rug under me, when it dies, not dusty.
Faxralı kəndində 1829-cu ildə toxunmuş məşhur namazlı xalça.
The famous prayer carpet woven in Faxralı village in 1829 is the masterpiece of world museums today. Its name is Faxralı prayer carpet. Vacant middle field, their colors, the thickness of wool. Carpet weavers know this very well. It's a very distinguishing feature.
Yəni bu xalçaçılar bu işi yaxşı bilir, çox fərqləndirən cəhətdir.
Bizim Borchaly rayonunda, Savaşçılar kəndində.
Rugs were superior to everything in the Babakishalar village of our Borchaly district. When we didn't have our own rug, we would go onto the street and wait for someone to bring wool and yarn. People sold them and we bought some for weaving.
İp getirir. Onu alırdık, özümüz toxuyurduq, satın, pulunla. Göllü kilim, ondan göllü geve.
We wove medallion kilim, medallion rugs, deve boynu, camel neck kilim. We wove everything. We were very skilled.
Marnalı rayonunda
we witnessed the weaving of Borchaly carpets in the carpet weaving production center that was built by the State Oil Company of Azerbaijan in Marnalı district. This is the attention and care given by the Azerbaijan government to our countrymen living in Georgia. These were done at the request of our esteemed president. The attention and care given to Borchaly people in the educational and medical centers by the president of the Israeli Foundation, Azerbaijan's First Lady Mehriban Khanım, is very obvious today. These people sense this care and are inspired by it.
Heydərli Fondunun prezidenti Azərbaycanın birinci xanımı Mehriban xanımın təhsil və səhiyyə ocaqlarında Borchalı cəmaatına, soydaşlarımıza göstərdiyi diqqət və qayğı bugün göz qabağındadır. Hansı ki bu insanlar bu qayğını hiss edirlər və ondan ruhlanırlar.
Everything is harmonious on this land. The hearts of nature, people, music, words, and carpets beat at the same time. Literary and artistic creativities are part of daily lives here. From the youngest to the oldest, everyone opens their mouth with piety and share their feelings using poetry. Even the mothers and grandmothers with radiant faces and golden fingers, who are considered to be good luck charms, feel that spinning reels, spindles, skeins, warps, wefts, kirkids, heather, and colorful yarns are dearest to them. Therefore, they treat each of their notes, patterns, and images poetically. White and green go together very well. White and yellow are the fate written by God. We remember these, we match and then say these.
Mən özüm ali təhsilli olmaqla bu sənəti ondan üstün seçmişəm.
Although I have a university degree, I have preferred this art to my education. I have always woven carpets, spun wool to make yarn. We use natural dyes. I dye yarn using zernish and queen's trees. I dye and spun yarn myself. I feel as if my nerves calm as I weave carpets. I use patterns on carpets like goldsmiths use patterns to decorate gold. I fell in love with this art.
Bornis rayonunun çoxlu sayda xalçaçılıq məntəqələri vardır.
There are a number of carpet weaving centers in Borchaly district. We talked to 137 weavers from 30 villages there. Azerbaijanis living here have continued carpet weaving art in these villages since years ago. Carpets of Arıklı village have always had brand names. Fakhrali carpets have special red. It's not possible to purchase this red in all villages. It's very difficult to compare the density of carpets woven in Fakhrali with those woven in other districts.
Xalçanın sıxlığını başqa kəndlərlə müqayisə etmək çox çətindir. Və ölçüləri də onların
Most of them are in the same size as prayer carpet and have the same patterns on them.
Fakhralı, Saraçlı qonşu kəndləri,
Fakhrali and Sarajli are neighboring villages. The gapaligs of these villages called Gapıbaşı are very famous. They are very little and flat woven. They were used at the entrances of huts. Although they exist in a very limited number in the world today, they are art examples woven by our countrymen. High-quality wool obtained from the back of sheep is employed for weaving carpets. This wool is softer and brighter, and therefore the carpets woven out of it are able to preserve their quality and color for a long time. The color solution of these carpets composed of red, sumac, navy blue, yellow, brown, green, creamy, and blue that are obtained from natural dyes attract attention. The correct dyeing of the yarn is the first guarantee of the quality of the carpet. Therefore, the work of dyers is very responsible. During modern era, when chemical colors are given priority, Gazakh Borchaly dyers are loyal to their traditions and have been keeping this responsible profession alive.
Atamız qoyun edirdi. Qardaşımız quzu edirdi.
Our father shepherded sheep and our brother shepherded lambs. After the wool was sheared, people bought it. They washed and spun the wool to weave rugs and kilims. Both sheep and lamb wools were good. We used lamb wool for wefts and sheep wool for knots. After the sheep is sheared, we carefully wash the wool in the water. Then we comb it and spun in the spinning wheel, make skeins. After this, we begin weaving carpets. The design depended on us. We obtained colors from boya that grew like roots in the soil. People dug out these roots and crumbled them well. Then they added saffron to it and boiled it.
Ona da zəfəran qatırdılar, onunla qaynadırdılar.
We got yellow from apple peels and oak color from oak skin. We boiled them and then added the yarn. Then we mixed ashes in the fire, and then once more we buried yarns into the water.
Peçin, ocaq külü, odun külünü bəriyirdik. Bir də basıyorduk o suya. Bir də basanda olurdu, gözəl şöyə paldı. Onların rəngi getmir.
This way the yarn did not lose its colors, no matter how many times you wash it. Be it red, yellow, or oak color.
Ondan sonra paldı da, qarıyı da çilik burnu deyirlər, ot var.
Black was obtained from a plant called çilik burnu. It was also boiled in a cauldron and then put the yarn into it.
Qazanda qaynayır.
After this, they took it out and wrapped in the soil, then added to the cauldron. It remained there from night till morning. When it was taken out in the morning, the color black shimmered. They never lose their color.
Sabah çıxardıysan Irak qabaqdan düşman başına şöyə qaradı par parlayır. Onların heç hası rəng qoymur.
Borçalının xüsusi kilimləri arasında qoşbuynuz kilimlər dünyada çox məşhurdur.
Among Borchaly kilims, Gochbuynuz, Hamron kilims are very famous in the world. We witnessed the weaving of silk Gochbuynuz kilims, silk horse covers, silk jajims. We have one of them. It's called the Boynu kilim among people. In addition to all famous carpet masters of the district, the researchers of Azerbaijani tracked down professional dyers during the expedition and were acquainted with carpets and carpet products woven from yarns produced by Nasibova Ruskhara Mehmedgazi from Poyla settlement of Akstafa district, Orujeva Balagiz Mustafagazi from Kemerli village of Gazakh district, Cherik Kemerli, Gabueva Tamela Rasulgazi from Fakhrali village of Bolsina district.
Çörəkçi xalçası, belə çeşnilər bir-birimizdən.
Together with my mom and aunt, we wove Cherekli carpet. We exchanged designs. My late grandma brought the Lambali design from Lambali village. We wove while watching her. Our neighbors got designs from us to weave carpets.
Başkeçidin, yani Dumanit rayonunun
We talked to 149 weavers in 31 villages of the Manisa district, Bashkechi, about 400 weavers in all villages of Marnivli, the Manis and Volnisi districts. The names of more than 100 villages are Azerbaijani names. These carpets are woven using Gerdesk Turkish style.
hamısının adları Azərbaycan adlarıdır. Toxunan xalçalar Gördas Türk üsulü ilə toxunan xalçalardır. Bu kəndlərdə
Carpets woven in these villages are rare art samples. I have seen these all. The majority of these carpets attract attention by their charkhafelek patterns, star Gazakh motifs, the prevalence of red column them. Many collectors of the world have Gazakh Borchaly prayer carpets. For instance, a collector named Kafel published a book. The names of all the prayer carpets in this book are attributed to Gazakh Borchaly.
Məsələn, Kafel adında bir kolleksioner kitabı nəşr etdirib və bu kitabda hamısında bu namazlıqların adı Gazakh Borchaly deyə keçir.
Carpets are the products of the abstract thinking and the result of physical labor. Each carpet skill of Azerbaijan reflects the nature, history, the worldview of its population, and daily lives of districts it represents. Historical resources give information about carpet weaving as one of the most productive art fields of the district. In the sources of the 30s, 80s of the 19th century, Gazakh district is mentioned as an advanced sheep breeding center of Azerbaijan. It's noted that here about 2,000 carpets, 2,000 palazzas, 100 hose covers are woven every year. This productivity tendency is still protected. The analysis of the creativity of 100 weavers from 21 villages of Gazakh, 104 from 23 villages of Akstafa, 124 from 28 villages of Tavus, 116 from 34 villages of Sarvan, Marnivli, 149 from 31 villages of Bashkechi, Dmanisi, 134 from 30 villages of Churik Germali Bulnisi, 8 from 1 village of Agbulak, 5 from 1 village of Barmaksiz Zalga, proved once again that carpet weaving art still continues in this district and it's taught to the younger generation. All designs are carried on in newly woven carpets and carpet products, and they are being eternalized.
Qazaq gəvələrindən qara çöp gəvəsi toxumuşam, baltalı toxumuşam.
I have woven Gazakh rocks, Karachöp and Baltali, and Tavuz rocks, Mihrabli and Kervansaray. I never had any imperfections. My rocks were exported to foreign countries. Every carpet has its own life and secret. The weaver knows what the secret is and what its meaning is.
İnsan bilər ki, onun sirri nədir? O nəyi kəsb eləyir?
Daş salalı xalçaları, ortalıq salalıda toxunan xalçalar, incə dərəsində toxunan xalçalar.
Dash Salahli carpets, carpets woven in Orta Salahli and Inja Dere. Carpets woven in Shikhla 1 and Shikhla 2.
both pile weave and flat weave carpets, hose covers, kilims woven out of goat's foot, jajims and different products show that carpet weaving had developed in Gazakh, Akstafa and Tavuz since old times. Although fewer, it has its successes. People have the desire to weave carpets today as well.
Ve insanların özünde bugün xalça toxumaq həvəsləri çoxdur.
The carpets included in Gazakh group are famous in the world due to their influence, oldness and the stability of their genetic affiliation and artistic structure. The abstract, geometric, stylized patterns formed throughout centuries dominate in the composition structure of the products. The power, energy and charm of these carpets are in the organization of symbols reflecting complete mystical, laconic ideas. Due to this reason, Gazakh Borchaly carpets were given as alms to sacred places, sepulchres of sacred. People prayed on them. The water, tree, pomegranate, and other floral ornaments, mythological animal motifs like birds and dragons, complex geometric elements, charcophale, multi-angular stars, gotchbuinus, 4 elements, evil-eye catcher, hooked, and gazare on carpets are the symbols protecting humans and their lives in general. These patterns that are the complex examples of artistic craftsmanship have been improved over time and turned into an inseparable part of art history. Carpets woven in Inja Valley are different from the carpets woven in other parts of Gazakh, both in terms of their sizes and designs. We mentioned that carpets live a human life. Like any human, carpets need love and protection. In this sense, carpet traders have a big responsibility.
One
of those traders is Mehmedzadeh Mzar, who lives in Tbilisi. He has workshops in the villages of Marniula specifically and Kusalar village of Al-Bula. He places a lot of orders. He has a carpet shop in Tbilisi city.
Orada soydaşlarımıza çoxlu sayda sifarişlər verir və Tbilisi şəhərində onun xalça dükkanı var.
Under the leadership of Mzar Mehmedzadeh, carpets are exhibited at the House Museum of Mirza Vateli Akhundzadeh. The tourists visiting Georgia and Georgian government representatives see that these carpets are woven by Azeris living in Borchaly province.
Borchalı mahalında yaşayan Azerbaycanlıların toxuduğunu orada gözlərindən görmüşdür.
Biz özümüz meydanda Şeytan Bazarda yaşayırıq.
We live in Shaitan Bazaar. We try to keep our culture alive. We have carpets representing all districts of Azerbaijan, be it Karabakh district or Borchaly or Gazakh province. We try to present Azerbaijani culture and art to visitors. We have a collection of ancient carpets. We introduce them, but this collection is not for sale. These are the treasures and history of Azerbaijani people. You, he, she have to deliver this to your children. They should be publicized everywhere. These are our carpets. Gazakh Borchaly carpets have been taken to Gazakh, Ganja Bazaars and Tbilisi Shaitan Bazaar, and from there they were distributed to different parts of the world. The correct organization of carpet trade resulted in the speedy development of carpet weaving in the district and the flow of foreign traders and scientists in this place.
Bir ayda 2 dənə gəvə toxuyorduk özümüz. Bu gəvələri Tiflisdə meydan var idi, meydan bazarı.
We wove 2 rugs in a month. We sold these rugs at Meydan Bazaar in Tbilisi for the livelihood of our people. The well-known traders of Gazakh Borchaly have also been the promoters of the carpet weaving art. Local people still remember with honor the famous skilled carpet professionals like Hajiv Taimur from Akstafa, Saidov Agarza, Khalilov Navruz from Tavruz, Mamadov Ismail,
Mammadov Imdad, Taner Verdiyev Kazim from Borchaly, Cherik Gemerli, Sarajin village, Bayramov Muhammad from Arikhla village, Ahmad Hussein, Ali Gulu Mamadzadeh from Tbilisi. They say these traders knew all the secrets of carpets, identified the age of carpets from the first sight, and were able to analyze their color, ornament, and compositional structures. Today in Gazakh Borchaly district, the carpet trade traditions are carried on by professionals like Seydov Agarzah's children Ainullah and Khairullah Seydovs from Tavus, Yeter Mammadova from Cherik Gemerli, Sarajin village, Amzar Mamadzadeh, and Telman Ahmadov, Khalil Mamadzadeh from Tbilisi.
Əvvəl 200-300 il bundan əvvəl burada
200-300 years ago, there were carpet shops in Shaitan Bazaar. It was a big bazaar. People came from all over the world to trade carpets. They bought silk and wool. Today we carry on this job. We keep the name of Azerbaijani carpets alive.
Bugünkü günü də davam biz eləyirik. Bu xalça işini, Azərbaycan xalçasının ismini qaldırırıq.
Tovuz rayonunun 28 kəndində
We identified 124 weavers from 28 villages of Tavus. We met and talked with 2 traders and 1 dyer.
söhbət etdik.
Laf körpəlikdən gözümü açanda görmüşəm ki, nənəm gəvək, kilim toxuyur.
I have seen my grandmother weaving rugs and kilims since I opened my eyes to this world. She used to weave fine rugs with sanctuaries and designs with Cherkefalek. They used to weave Padnos girls, 3 medallions. After I got married, I saw that my mother-in-law was also a carpet weaver. After this, I learned and started weaving. I wove rugs for my daughters and sons. However, my youngest son Gabil was the one to master my profession.
Kiçik oğlum qabil olub.
Həm xovlu xalça toxumuşam, həm kilim.
I wove both pile with carpets and dermekilims. I learned weaving dermekilim after 1990. Until then, I wove pile with carpets. I bought yarn and dyed it myself. I wove mihrab, charkafalak, chalabi rugs, and Georgian rugs. Out of flat with carpets, I wove horse covers. We used to lay them over the back of a horse to give the horse beauty. I wove deve caravana, camel caravan, and shedda with borders, the inside of which were vacant. My grandmother was also a weaver. At one point, she wove gushlu jajims. Jajims was birds. I wove hurjuns and mefreshes and small heiba was flat weave and pile weave.
Cezimlər toxuyurumuzda olub vaxtilə. Xurcunlar toxumuşam.
Star Gazakh, mihrab, podnoslu with tray, carpets were woven a lot in our
Kənddə
village.
ulduzlu Qazaq toxunubdu, mehrab toxunubdu.
Rəhmətli Mircəlal deyirdi.
Late Mir Jalal told us, there was an old woman like me. After the war, she had nothing left. In the end, she takes a small carpet she had to the market. She wants to sell it in the bazaar to support her children. An official and someone with a Panama hat approaches her. The person beside him tells him in English to ask the price of the carpet. The mother selling the carpet understands that he's a foreigner. She was told that they were going to give her a lot of money. However, the woman tells them that she does not sell her carpet. No matter how hard they try and how much more they offer, the woman does not sell the carpet. She says, I wouldn't sell it to a stranger. She takes the carpet and leaves the bazaar.
Axır deyir, yox. Nə qədər istəyirsən verək, deyir, yox, lazımdır. İtə ataram, ya da satmaram. Bu kəlməyi deyir də, xalçasını pükələyir, bazardan çıxır.
Xatınlı kəndinin mən deyərdim ki,
There are a lot of zilis in Khatanlı village that have high density and are woven using natural colors. It might be that no one knows about them up to this day. This is one of those zilis.
In one decimeter of this carpet there is 80 to 80 density. These zillies are rare. They were collected during the Soviets and sold. There are no examples in Khatınlı village either.
Sovet vaxtında toplanmış, satılmış. Heç Xatırlı kəndinin özündə də bunlardan qalmamışdır.
Gazakh Borchaly carpet examples that have turned into decoration of the most famous museums of the world and private collections today are decently representing Azerbaijani culture. The majority of Azerbaijani carpet examples that received more attention from foreign collectors who wanted to purchase them are from Gazakh Borchaly.
Xatırlıda bitən bitkilər.
Among the plants growing in Khatınlı, there is a dye plant called kushinel. This dye plant grows in a huge number along the banks of the Kura River.
Başqa millətlər həsəd aparıblar bu toxuculuqlara, bu boyaqçılıqlara.
Other nations have always admired our carpets and the natural dyeing of them. There are a lot of chemical dyes. However, carpets belonging to Azerbaijan never fade. Our nation is creative.
Ancaq Azərbaycan xalqına məxsusdur. Sənətkar xalqdır bizim xalqımız.
Bu qrupa daxil olan rayonlardan biri Akstafa rayonu.
One of the regions included in this group is Akstafa. We encounter very few Akstafa carpets with white ground and famous charcoal-like models dominate.
Çərxifələk modelləri üstünlüğü təşkil edir.
These carpets, characterized as secular, mystical, attractive, unique, national and colorful by the Europeans, have attracted attention since the Middle Ages and were even reflected in a number of well-known paintings. Ilya Repin benefited from Gazakh rock in his drawing Ivan Grozny and his son Ivan on the 16th of November 1581. The beauty, color shades, patterns, compositions of Gazakh carpets were masterfully transferred onto canvas.
Borchalı ilə Qazaxda, Qazaq toxunuşunda bəzi dəyişikliklər var.
There are some differences between Borchaly and Gazakh weavings. They employ weft several times more. While looking at the back of old carpets, it's possible to say whether they were woven in Borchaly, Karachok, Karayazi, Lambeli, Marnivali. When looking at the carpets woven in Gazakh, it's possible to notice that they were woven in Shikhli, İncəli, Ali Bayramlı, Daşsalahlı, Akstafa.
Bunlar bax bu qrupuna seçilirlər. Xalçanın özünə baxanda hər bir kəndin özünün əl qabiliyyətindən tanımaq olur ki, bilmək olur ki, bu Gazakh rayonunun hansı kəndinin xalçası.
By viewing the carpet, it's possible to identify to which village of Gazakh the carpet belongs to. Weavers weave Çelikli in Salahli and Sandigli carpets in Demirçilə. There is a sheep species called herik in Borchaly. They are pure white. If the dye is scaled, then the carpet will turn out fine.
Bir atlı keçərsə, onun xurcunundan, yəni atının çulundan.
When a horseman came by, people could tell from which province and village he was coming by looking at his khurjun and horse cover. One of the well-known carpets of Azerbaijan, Ulduzli carpet, star carpet, that is considered Old Gazakh, isn't Shikhli. Its ground is white, the design is beautiful and makes you think. When studying the weaving of the carpet carefully, one can see that they are different. Like all Azerbaijani carpets, Gazakh Borchaly carpet examples are very important. Currently, a Gazakh carpet attributed to the 14th century is held in the Berlin Art Museum. The examples belonging to the 18th century are protected and viewed by people in the Metropolitan of New York, Hermitage of St. Petersburg, Russian Ethnographic Museum, London Victoria and Albert Museum, and Art Museum of Budapest.
We
published a special article about Gazakh Borchaly group in the famous Halle magazine that is published in London. In that magazine, we showed a design belonging to Gazakh Borchaly group. They accepted this very well because there was little information about that carpet. Our political, economic and cultural achievements are obvious. The state care shown to our literature, culture and art stimulates the development of different areas of art and carpet weaving in many districts. Gazakh, Akstaf and Tovuz are some of the districts that contributed to this development and are flourishing. The old Turkic land, Borchaly, also feels the care and attention given by the Azerbaijani government. Our existence should be protected in our unity in our history, language and culture. Carpets are an inseparable part and proof of this unity, its expression in knots, its representation in patterns and leather in styles. They are the chronicle of thousands of events, past and future. The chronicle is the confirmation of the national existence and masterpiece of our ethnic cultural treasure.